to do in the first half, or you want me to do it? You can do it. Okay. Kind of slick out there. It is slippery. You're gonna be okay? Do you want me to run the pad? He's right there.
Good evening and welcome to Bedford High Gym as we are ready to bring you Division I girls basketball action. Memorial taking on the Bulldogs. I'm Harry Kozlowski, Corey Munster-Tiger here by my side. And Corey, the Bulldogs lost one last week to Central, bounced right back with a win at Memorial. So their record now is, I believe it's 7-2. So they're cruising right along, right in the thick of things of Division I.
Sure are trying to keep up with the leaders, as we talked about before the game, Bishop Girton and Exeter, who are both sitting at 9-0. Hopefully the Bulldogs will face them in the playoffs, when and if they begin. But the Bulldogs tonight will look to go back-to-back against Memorial, as they played them the other night. They won by about 20. Don't have the score right in front of us, but again, they saw them the other night. They saw their offensive tendencies and defensive tendencies, and they'll see this if they can solve the same thing tonight.
I have their score. It was 50-36, a 14-point victory back on the 19th. And the game they lost to Central was a very unusual one for them because they only scored 43 points, which was way below their usual average. They lost that game. I'm sorry, they only scored 38 points. Central scoring 43. So that was a bit of an oddball in the season so far for Coach Gibbs' girls.
Yeah, we've seen Isabella King top 30 herself, so we'll see what happens tonight as she's power the Bedford offense and see what they can do against the Crusaders this evening.
And we're waiting for the starting lineup to be announced here at Bedford High Gym. Playoffs are coming up pretty soon, only about another week or week and a half of regular season games. In fact, after this game, just two more for the girls, at Portsmouth on the 23rd and then hosting Manchester Central here on the 25th. We'll have that game for you here on Bedford 105.1 and BCTV 23 and 1072. Hope you're enjoying the game. Pretty good crowd here tonight.
Of course, practicing social distancing. It's mainly the Bedford home team players' families, parents, and siblings. So we say a healthy crowd, but it's all relative, right, Harry?
Absolutely. I see Joe Marshallena there, sports reporter extraordinaire. He's at pretty much all the games.
King family down there. We got Dubois family, Grogan family, all trying to represent here tonight.
And Erin McAvoy is starting. Also Elizabeth Barrientos. Number 5, Jessica Carrier for Memorial. And number 4, Ryan Moran. And then Madison Paromani, the other guard for Memorial.
Starting 5 for the Bedford Bulldogs are being announced now, beginning with Lana McCarthy, number 31, the center. 14, Sydney Grogan, the sophomore guard. Safia Mumpini, number 13, the junior guard. Emma Kazajansky will wear number 15, the junior guard forward combo. And last to come out is senior guard Isabella King. We'll take a quick break as we play the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we ask that you now stand, remove your hats, as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. And the national anthem right there as we begin the game. You know, if you're a Bulldogs fan, and why wouldn't you be if you're watching or listening to this broadcast, why not consider becoming a member of the Bedford Athletic Booster Club? Membership drive is going on now. Members of the club help the student athletes become their best. Learn more at bbabc.net. And if you're a local business, sponsorship opportunities are available as well.
We get set for tip-off tonight. Just looking at the teams, Harry, the Bulldogs have a distinct size advantage, as no one on the Crusaders tops 5'10", whereas the Bulldogs have some bigger players down low. Certainly Lana McCarthy at center is a powerful force in the middle. And we'll get into action here as the Crusaders will inbound. Of course, no tip this year with some changes being made due to the pandemic. Barrientos drives hard right-handed, kicks to the corner, finds Moran there. Moran comes to the middle, finds Barrientos again, back to Moran. Now kicked over to Carrier. Moran to McCoy, back to Carrier at the top. She dribbles right, deep in the corner to Barrientos. Bedford in there, tight man-to-man defense. Pepper Omani checked by Safia Mampini, down in the corner to Moran. Fumbles it a little bit there. And she'll get called for travel. So that Bulldog defense was stifling there, didn't really give an open look to the Crusaders, and they'll get a turnover.
They burned off about 40 seconds of playing time here. I wonder if that's going to be part of their strategy tonight to limit possessions for Bedford.
Quick three-point attempt by Isabella King was off the mark. Lana McCarthy with the hustle to try to save it, but she cannot, so Memorial will get the ball back pretty quickly. Carrier dribbles left between the legs and back to the right side to Moran. She'll dribble left, get into the lane, throw it up hard off the glass. Can't get it to go, but she gets her own rebound. Scoops to Barrientos, hard off the glass, but Kazajanski comes down with the rebound, and she's going to get fouled on an over the back by Barrientos. So first foul of the game. Early action here, still scoreless at Bedford High School Gym in Bedford, New Hampshire. Grogan up quick. Crusaders are playing a 2-3 zone. Likely will give up a couple of outside shots, but Kazajanski on the far side is going to travel. So Memorial will take back over.
No score so far. 6:38 to left in this first period.
Carrier into Moran, makes the cut. Moran dribbles left. Kazajanski with the block there. McCarthy comes away with the board. She gets the ball tapped away, though. Down low to Moran. Moran, reverse. Can't get it to go. McCarthy comes away with that rebound. Now Grogan out on the break, right? He drives to the lane, finds Isabella King gets to her left, but can't get it to go, but because she's fouled. So she'll go to the line for 2 shots as Pepra Omani picks up her first foul. And King will take the first of 2, and it's good. First point of the night tonight, as we're just about 2 minutes in. So slow offensive start, but Isabella King hits her first 2 free throws, and she has the only 2 points of the game. Moran up to Pepra Omani. Crossover dribble, finds a cutting McCoy. McCoy, lefty dribble, finds Pepper Omani in the corner. She'll shoot a 3. It's short. And Grogan comes away with the rebound, pushes it, finds Isabella King streaking down the left side, who will lay it in for her 3rd and 4th point. So 4-0 Bedford. Slow offensive start, as we talked about. Moran, harassed by Sydney Grogan, gets it to Pepper Omani, who's covered tightly by Safia Mampini. Good switch there by Mampini to step out on Moran. Pepper Omani dribbles right, finds Barrientos. Check there by Lana McCarthy. Forces a tough shot off the side of the backboard. McCarthy comes down with the board and finds Grogan, and they move it into the front court. Cross-court pass to Kazajanski. Deep into the corner to Mampini. Now down low to Kazajanski. Gets the left. Ooh, can't get it to go. Dangled on the rim. Barrientos came down with the rebound, and Carrier brings it up. Oh, Barrientos drives again, and she'll draw a foul on Lana McCarthy. That's a tough one. I want to see McCarthy go straight up there. As soon as she gets into that offensive player space, she's going to get that foul called.
It looks like Coach Greg Croto is preparing to make some substitutions here. Number 13, Paige Tebow, and number 22, Emma Rossi coming into the game now. Coming out are Pepra Omani and Moran.
So Barrientos hits her first of 2. A little strong on the second, and that will not go. Kazajanski clears the rebound. Grogan finds King along the left side, top of the arc. Kazajanski down low. Her pass is too high for Mampini, and Barrientos comes away with it. Now Rossi quickly into the front court. Jacks a 3, can't get it to go. A little strong. McCarthy clears, who finds Kazajanski out on the break. Can't get that to go. And her pass to King is batted away by Paige Tebow.
Another substitution for Memorial. Erin McCoy comes out of the game, and trying to see, I think it's Jessica Carrier is in for her.
Sophia Lugulan checks in for Bedford as Kazajanski takes a seat. The inbounds pass is knocked away, and Memorial comes away with it. We had Rossi taking that deep corner 3, a little bit short. The ball goes down on the ground. We're going to have a jump ball. It's going to go to Bedford on the possession arrow. A little surprising there. That rebound hit all the way to the ground. Players on neither side were able to get to it quickly. Grogan deep in the right corner. Plays a little pick and roll with McCarthy. Good dish, but help defense coming from the opposite side by Claire Banks. She came over and got a hand in.
Yeah, that rebound went off a Memorial player. Possession stays with Bedford.
Now Isabella King drives left. Bobbles the dribble. And Carrier comes away with it. Ooh, okay. A little scrum there as Sydney Grogan got into the action. It's going to be a jump ball.
Yeah, a little quick on the call there because the Memorial player really only had one hand on the ball, but the official was quick to blow that whistle.
Looked like the official was blocked out by Grogan, too. So the trailing official on that play called the jump ball. Not sure he had a clear view of it. So Carrier drives hard lefty, and she'll finish lefty on a nice jumper in the lane. Little runner, floater. And it is 4-3, Bedford.
And those are the first points of the game for Memorial from the floor.
So Lugulan deep in the left corner. She'll shoot a 3. Can't get it to go, but King comes away with the offensive rebound. She's blocked there underneath. So up quick, Claire Banks deep in the corner. Rossi drives the lane, kicks the Carrier. Carrier lefty drive, and we're going to have an offensive foul on a moving screen by Paige Tebow, number 13. So turnover there. Bedford leads 4-3. Limited scoring here in the first quarter as there's only 2:52 left. Isabella King has all of the points for the Bulldogs. All 4. Sophia Lagulon finds King down low, and she continues that streak with 6 points now as she lays it in lefty on a nice cut through the lane there. Banks at the elbow finds a cutting Allen. Allen gets fouled. Coach Gibbs didn't see anything there. Or maybe he's confused by his defense there, why somebody wasn't covering her.
No, actually, I think there was a step taken there by the Memorial player, number 11. Is that Barrientos? No.
I think that's Allen on the line.
Right.
She hits the first of 2. King picked up that foul. Allen misses the second. So 1 for 2 on that trip to the stripe. And now King is out racing on the break. She finds Mumpini. Mumpini back to Grogan, drives right. Finds Lana McCarthy, who nobody is covering. And she'll go right to the basket. Convert that layup. Good patience there by McCarthy. She saw she was open for the jumper, but she said, why not? I'll take it right to the rim. Carrier finds Tebow over to Allen. Allen to Rossi for Tebow for 3, and she gets it to go. So 8-7 now. The Bulldogs hold a 1-point lead. King finds herself open, and she'll jack for 3 and hit.
Wow.
9 points now for King.
From way outside.
Yeah, several feet behind the arc. And now she comes away with a steal. She's out on the break. That's tough to stop her when she gets to her left. And now King has 11. 13-7. 5 quick points by Isabella King. She has 11 now on the night. Carrier push pass over to Banks. Top of the key. 3-pointer by Tebow is short. But offensive rebound ends up in the hands of Carrier, and she's going to put away 2.
Yeah, nice give and go there between Banks and Carrier.
Down low to McCarthy, and she's fouled going up. Looks like that'll be on Claire Banks, her first foul. And McCarthy will go to the line for 2. Fast start by Isabella King. She has 11 points now. 54 seconds left in the first quarter.
And the scoring's picked up a bit in the last minute or so.
Sure is. McCarthy misses the front end. Some more substitutions by the Crusaders as Pepper Omani comes back in, as does Barrientos. Carrier and Allen will go to the bench. McCarthy steps in, misses the second. Unusual for her. She's a very good foul shooter and missed both on that one. Deep to the corner, but stolen by Grogan. Grogan to Mumpini, and they're out on the break again. Finds Lagulon. She's going to travel there. A little out of control with her feet there. Excited to be on the break, but couldn't handle the ball and her steps at the same time, so she'll get called for a travel. And the Crusaders back into the front court with Pepper Omani guarded by Grogan. Kicks to Tebow for 3, short. Grogan comes away with it, and she's out fast. Doesn't have numbers, and she dribbles it off her foot, out of bounds. It'll be Crusaders ball. 21 seconds left here in the first quarter, 13-9. The Bedford Bulldogs lead the Memorial Crusaders. Some more substitutions by the Crusaders. And they only, never mind. They have 5. It looked like they had 4 for a second, but they can count better than I can. Rossi inbounds to Pepper Omani. Finds McNelly, her first action of the game. Over to Pepper Omani. Drives hard righty. Throws it up and gets it to go. Her first 2 of the night. 13-11. 2 points left. A heave by Grogan was very close. Caught the net. Not quite enough. So we're going to end the first quarter with a 2-point lead for the Bulldogs, 13-11.
Yeah, after a slow start for both sides, they really picked up the scoring in the last 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, most of that scoring by Isabella King. We saw that 5-point first. The long 3-pointer from 3 or 4 feet behind the line on that far left side. You give her a little bit of space, and she has such a smooth shot, good rotation. It's a good bet going in.
Scoring so far in the game for Memorial, Jessica Carrier leading the way with 4, Chloe Allen with 1, Elizabeth Barrientos with 1, Paige Tebow with a 3, and Madison Pepper Omani with 2.
On the Bulldog side, it's rather straightforward. Isabella King with 11 and Lana McCarthy with a bucket. So that makes your 13-11 score.
Go ahead.
Teams making some adjustments here in between quarters, but tell us about the programming.
Well, I was just going to remind everybody that we're going to have boys hockey on TV and radio on Monday, a 1 o'clock game, very unusual. The Bulldogs will be back at Tri-Town Arena facing the Londonderry Lancers. This is a game that was postponed earlier in the year.
It's a matinee. I thought they might be playing outdoors at Lake Tahoe or something.
Yeah, have you seen?
It looks good. It looks good. A little winter classic. Gotta love that.
Well, I suspect that Gary Bettman's using that event as a little client schmooze as well as a TV.
So here we go with second quarter action as Mumpini gets into Grogan. Grogan to Mumpini to King. And she continues her scoring ways with 13 points now. A little jumper in the lane. Bedford holds a 4-point lead. Pepper Omani court steal by Pennick, Catherine Pennick, who's checked in now. She finds Sydney Suazo down to Grow along the baseline. Up to Mumpini, top of the key. Her pass to King is batted away by Moran and goes out of bounds.
Shot right in the way, couldn't control the pass, went off her hand.
Good anticipation by Moran. So King finds Sydney Grogan to start the play up and out. Crusaders are still in their 2-3 defense here. King top of the key over to Grogan. Up to Suazo. Now to King. Suazo will take the shot and get it to go. The bank is open late tonight as that was high off the glass. And Sydney Suazo cashes for 2. Grogan on Carrier. Carrier gets to the left, but she's going to get called for a travel. I'm not sure I saw that travel.
No, actually, I would have called it an offensive foul, if anything. She rubbed into the Bedford player when she went for the basket.
Either way, it's the Bedford Bulldogs who come up and find Mumpini for 3, and she sticks it.
Now the rest of the roster starting to drop a few points in.
So Mumpini's 3 puts it out to a 20-11 lead. Bulldogs have that 9-point lead, which is down to a 7-point lead as Elizabeth Barrientos converts in a drive with her right hand.
Nice runner by her.
Suazo, top key. Bulldogs are a little stagnant here on offense. But Grogan finds Pennick down low. Can't get it to go with her left. Offensive rebound is tied up, and that'll go to the Crusaders on the possession arrow. King with some hustle to get her hands in on that rebound.
And Taylor McNelly leaves the game. Coming in now is Erin McCoy for Memorial.
So Grogan, court defense on Carrier. Over to Moran, who finds McCoy. McCoy shoots a 3, short. Pennick touches it, and it goes out of bounds. Can't corral that rebound off the left side. Now Carrier finds Moran, who drives righty into the lane. Kicks to Pepper Omani, who shoots the 3. Can't get it to go. Suazo comes away with the rebound. Sydney Suazo now to Sydney Grogan. Finds King. King down low to Pennick, who's double teamed. Back out to King. Now to Mumpini. Mumpini drops hard to the hoop. Looked like she was fouled, but she's going to get called for a travel too. Same calls we saw around the other end.
Yeah, she got sandwiched in between two Memorial players, but the call goes against her.
Still 20-13 here. 5:26 left in the first half. Bedford holds a 7-point lead. Barrientos at the left elbow there. Shifts away from pressure, and now King is out on the rebound. Had a break, but she'll get a call on Ryan Moran, who picks up her first foul, which is a good foul because the Bulldogs had 2 out in transition there. That was probably going to be an easy deuce. So Grogan directing traffic up top, finds King. Grogan drives righty. Misses that floater in the lane. Can't find the rebound, and she's going to get called for a reach on aggressive pursuit of the rebound. Tough loose ball foul there by Grogan. Not too much of an issue as there are only 3 team fouls for the Bulldogs. Tough pick there by Barrientos. Carrier gets around to her strong left hand, and she'll finish. She has 6 now, and it's a 5-point lead for the Bulldogs.
That's surprising no call there on that collision.
Yeah, that was a tough collision. That was a good pick by Barrientos. Pennick makes a pass back to Sydney Suazo, and that's picked off by Erin McCoy. Now Barrientos finds Carrier. Carrier behind the back, handoff to Moran. Back to Carrier. And we have a stoppage here as one of the players' masks is broken, so she's going to go to the sideline for a replacement. That's an official's timeout that you don't see in any other year, Harry.
No, Barrientos had to go run to the bench and get a new mask. She's back on the court, and they are ready to inbound.
Pepper Omani up the top. Checked by Safia Mumpini. High off the glass. It won't go, but she gets her own rebound, puts it back in. So Pepper Omani has 4 points now on that offensive rebound and putback.
And they get within 3.
Sydney Suazo gets to the elbow. Can't get that to go. Catherine Pennick hustles after the rebound, and it tips out off of her hands. And she will go to the bench as Lana McCarthy checks back in, and Coach Gibbs is going to take a 20-second timeout here.
Probably a good time to do that. Bulldogs in a bit of a drought here. Memorial 6:01. They took what was a 9-point lead and cut it down to 3, 20-17 here with 3:53 to play.
Yeah, Isabella King with 13 points, and she hasn't really shot the ball in the last probably 2 to 3 minutes of play. She's hot for the ball, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, she's had a couple of opportunities where I thought she might launch to 3, but I think she's trying to get the rest of the floor involved in the game, try to spread the scoring around.
Mumpini hit a 3, and Cindy Suazo hit a 2. Helped with the scoring, but again, a little bit of drought over the last couple of minutes. Our sabermetrics guy, Bill Jennings, is showing us some statistics right now. It's been approximately 2 minutes and 32 seconds, the field goal drought. That's, of course, completely made up. But we can dream, right, Harry? We can dream.
Bill on the graphics. George Cox there on camera today.
We appreciate the crew up here, high above courtside. Grogan with strong defense against Carrier. Pepper Omani gets her 3-pointer wedged in between the rim and the backboard.
That's the second time we've seen that.
That always draws a chuckle, I have to admit.
Oh, that should be worth 10 points if you can do that.
And now Sydney Grogan tries to get it unwedged, and she gets stuffed by the rim, and the ball goes in, ironically. And it will not count as it is a possession arrow.
The official jokingly makes a end good gesture, but it's not.
So Bedford holds a 3-point lead, 20-17 over the Crusaders. Grogan into the front court. Crusaders still in a 2-3 defense. They find Grogan. Grogan cross-court pass to Mumpini. Looks at the rim, but decides not to shoot. Now Grogan to Mumpini in the middle. Finds Grogan again. Lana McCarthy back to Grogan. Now the Kazajanski drives lefty baseline. Had a decent shot at getting it over to Lana McCarthy, but that gets tipped away by Jessica Carrier.
Yeah, I thought they had some good looks there, trying to find that perfect pass.
Patient offense. Now they'll inbound from underneath. They find Mumpini deep in the left corner. She'll shoot a three. Big bounce. Rattled around, but it doesn't go. Barrientos comes away with the defensive board. Paige Tebow to Pepra Omani. Fakes the shot. Now over to Barrientos. Carrier. Lefty, her strong left, gets to the middle of the lane and can't find it. But Barrientos comes away with the rebound and a putback. She has 5 points now, and the lead is down to 1. And they get it back to King. Dishes to Lana McCarthy. They call her for a double dribble. Looked like a bobble on that first one, but they're going to call a double dribble. And with 2:19 left in the half, Memorial looks to go ahead on this possession. 20-19. Bulldogs hold a 1-point lead. Handoff there to Banks. Banks open shot, and she will put them ahead as the Crusaders take a 21-20 lead.
That's a 10-0 run there for the Crusaders at the 2-minute mark here.
King dribbles left, back to McCarthy, over to Grogan. Mumpini, now McCarthy again. King finds herself open, a little short on that three, but Grogan comes away with the rebound. Finds McCarthy. McCarthy is swatted by Barrientos on a great defensive play. And now the Crusaders are out and running. Claire Banks back over to Tebow. Tebow drives hard righty, now kicks to Emma Rossi. Barrientos, jab step, hard off the backboard, can't get it to go, but she finds her own rebound. She'll find Carrier, and Carrier is pushed by Sydney Grogan, who picks up her second foul.
Yeah, a little frustration there on the part of the Bulldogs. And Ava Dubois now in for the game. Emma Kazajanski takes a rest as we wait for Carrier to tie her laces, and she's done.
Rossi inbounds to Tebow. Hands off to Barrientos. Drives hard right. He finds some daylight, and she stretches the lead to 3. 7 points now for Elizabeth Barrientos. 1 minute and 4 seconds left.
And that run is up to 12-0.
Now King, lefty, drives hard. Dishes to Grogan. Grogan to Dubois. Dubois is going to get fouled there by Claire Banks, who picks up her second. 52 seconds left in the half. Still 1 away from a bonus situation. So the Bulldogs will inbound from the baseline. Next foul will put them in a 1-and-1 though. Mumpini to King, over to Dubois. Dubois takes the jumper, rattles almost all the way down, but doesn't go. And now Mumpini applies pressure as they come out from underneath their own basket. The Crusaders touch the baseline, so the Bulldogs will get the ball back.
They've got 44.5 seconds here to break this 12-0 run.
Right into the middle to McCarthy. Kicks it to Grogan, over to Dubois. Dubois drives hard righty. Can't get the runner in the lane to go. Save attempt by Chloe Allen goes to the Bedford players. And now McCarthy kicks to Grogan, 30 seconds left now. Grogan gets by, finds Mumpini. Mumpini back to Grogan, and they reset. Inbound into Ava Dubois. She gets hacked in the lane. And now, because of that bonus situation with 16 seconds left in the half, the Bedford Bulldogs have earned a 1-and-1 for Ava Dubois.
Kind of interesting that Ava was in under the basket like that. You would think Lana McCarthy would be in that position.
She was. Dubois was short on that rebound. I agree. That motion offense, though, you get all kinds of players, all kinds of sizes cutting through the lane just to try to create some space and opportunities for your teammates. Dubois found herself there. got the foul call. Can't hit the front end of the 1-on-1. Now pick and roll play here. They kick it to Allen on the baseline. She can't get it to go. And Isabella King comes away with that defensive rebound, makes a desperation heave at the buzzer, but that will not go. So the Bulldogs scored 20 and then went on a significant drought of scoring as they are now down 23-20 as the Crusaders will take a 3-point lead into halftime.
Yeah, they were up 20-11, and now they find themselves trailing 23-20 after a 12-0 run by the Crusaders. We're going to take a little break here, go back to the radio station for a few minutes, and we'll bring you second half action in about 10 minutes or so. So stay tuned. You're watching BCTV 23 and 1072 and listening to Bedford 105.1.
Phil, do you have sex? Can you come over here? I'll check out my snazzy new laptop. All solid. Really? I also invested in a browser-based software. It's called ICDPL. Actually read it in the radio world. And it's a British company. And I found out that a lot of NPR stations use it to do interviews. You literally send somebody a link. They click on it, whatever microphone and headset they have on their end, they're automatically brought up on the air. Very minimal delay. And right now I'm using this to get it back to the station instead of yes, I paid for a month just to try it out, $30. It's $160 per year. They give you a pretty nice break. So well, the reason I went to play is because when I tried to install audio conferencing on this computer, the antivirus went berserk, saying that there was a Trojan or something like that. And I don't know if it was or not. we don't have to install any. It's pretty cool. Just log in. Yeah, and the quality's terrific. So anyway, that's what we're doing right now. I'll do that. I wanted to try out. I mean, I figured a month to give so we have until March 21st, so we can finish out the rest of the winter season with this. And if I like it, I'll let you know. Data. Actually, this laptop, I got they had a sale at Best Buy. It was $499. It's got a Pentium an Intel i5 processor, pretty good. Last week, the half a terabyte hard drive, 512 gig hard drive, well solid state, 12 gigs of RAM, and it's just really heavy. The reason I got it is this other one, I would open up the browser, it'd take a whole minute for the browser to open up. This thing's like boom, everything happens split second.
Yeah, I was asking my daughter about a radio show. She's interested.
Is she?
Yeah, she's like, let me think about it, Daddy. I'm like, okay.
All right.
Do sophomore.
That'd be great.
So
Do you have any kind of microphone at home that you can use, like a USB mic or anything?
Yeah.
We'll test out the quality, but
okay.
we'll set you up with there's software you can download for free called Audacity.
Okay.
And you can we're gonna come back on this.
Yeah.
However, you can record at home. Okay. Create a playlist. Send me the songs you want. Actually, if you can go on YouTube and find the songs on YouTube, I have the software to pull the songs out.
Okay.
So if you send me like all the YouTube links and just your speaking part of the show, you send it to me once a week, and I can put the show together for you. Any idea what genre you're gonna go for?
She likes rockish, like rock alternative kind of stuff. So she likes rock alternative.
Oh, okay,
so, yeah,
great.
I'll figure out how she wants to do it.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's got kind of a theme, although they tend to overlap somewhat. But if she has an idea, a name for the show, a genre, let me know.
Yep.
Oh wait, actually, hang on. We're not coming back. We're coming back in 2 minutes.
Okay.
Sorry.
No problem.
I'll read this real quick. If we have time, I'll do another blurb for the boosters.
Sounds good.
Maybe you guys could do a kind of a little song war. She'll play something that's cool, and then you play something old school that's cool, and duke it out as to this song is cool.
Sounds like an idea.
Welcome back to BHS Gymnasium as we're ready for second half action. Memorial with a 23-20 lead, and with the call of the game, here's Corey Munstertiger.
So the Memorial Crusaders will inbound to start the third quarter. You can hear the intensity picked up a little bit as they start the second half here at Bedford High School gym as they find a cutting Elizabeth Barrientos down the lane. Nice little play out of the halftime, and Memorial pushes it to a 5-point lead. Isabella King drives hard to the left hand. Can't get it to go, but she scoops to Emma Kazajanski on the offensive rebound. And now they'll settle. Memorial in their 2-3 defense again. Mumpini can't hit the three. Kazajanski on the floor with the rebound, and that's going to be a possession arrow pointing in the direction of the Bulldogs.
Yeah, somebody nailed the lid on the basket for Bedford. This run for Memorial is now 14-0, stretching back into the second quarter.
Kazajanski finds Grogan. Grogan up top for King, and that three-pointer is good. 16 points now for Isabella King. And that pulls them to within two, 25-23. Memorial holds a 2-point lead. Carrier gets to her left hand, dishes to Pepra Omani, who jacks the three, can't get it to go. Awkward bounce off the rim, goes back to Memorial. That three is no good by Erin McCoy, and now King is out on the break. Finds Kazajanski, checks for three, won't pull the trigger. And now the ball gets batted around a little bit, and we're going to have a jump ball again, pointing towards the Crusaders.
And a quick change here. Catherine Pennick coming in for Lana McCarthy for the Bulldogs.
A turnover there by McCarthy. So Pennick will come in for McCarthy. Carrier into Barrientos. Barrientos by the elbow. McCoy finds Pepra Omani running right-handed jumper across the lane, and that's going to get tied up, and that will point to the Bulldogs. So we've had 3 jump balls in the opening minute and a half of play here in the third quarter. As we can feel that intensity has picked up, a lot more chatter from the bench, some clapping. Some of the parents are getting into it a little bit more. Grogan kicks to King for a three-pointer. Can't get it to go, but Grogan gets the rebound. Grogan into Pennick, who's posting up. Kick back to Grogan. Now Mumpini finds King. King dishes to Kazajanski. He'll take an open shot. Can't get that to go. Barrientos comes away with the rebound. So Carrier pushes it up. Gets to her left hand. McCoy over to Barrientos. Gets a little mid-range jumper along the baseline. And Barrientos now has 11 points. Mumpini back up to Grogan. Now King at the top of the key. She'll pull from three. Got it. 19 points for Isabella King. And we weren't going to jinx her before that started tonight, but that last three-pointer puts Isabella King over 1,000 points for her career. Great moment for her. As Carrier drives hard, she'll pick up a foul on Sydney Grogan.
And actually, we were expecting a little acknowledgement of that.
And here
milestone.
it comes. Here it comes as the referee stops play, gives the ball to Isabella King, and there's a nice acknowledgement.
I think the parents knew, though.
Her parents knew. Gives a hug to her dad, her mom, Ron, Michelle, older sister Sophia. Now her teammates congratulate her. That's a special moment in Isabella King's high school career here. Congratulations to you, Isabella. Fantastic milestone, and it pulls the Bulldogs to within 1 point. Carrier now on the line as she drew the foul. She misses the front end. You could kind of see that throughout the season and throughout her career, Harry, as she's had such a smooth shot, just a natural scorer, inside, outside, mid-range. No surprise to see her achieve that 1,000 points in her career. Carrier misses the second of her two. Pennick pulls away the rebound. Now Kazajanski to Mumpini at the top of the key. Down to Kazajanski, gets to her right hand, and she'll put that away. Bedford retakes the lead, 28-27.
Yeah, good read there by Pennick to finding her underneath the basket.
And that milestone achievement seems to have picked up some intensity for the Bulldogs too, as their heads are back in it. Kazajanski clears the rebound as Pepper Omani misses. Now King to her left hand finds Pennick on the baseline. Strong with that shot, but Mumpini comes away with the rebound.
They're going to call foul.
And it looks like a loose ball foul on Pepper Omani. I'm not sure I saw that foul.
And
She got her
Pepper
hand
Omani
in.
comes out, and Emma Rossi's going to take her place.
Only the second foul for Pepper Omani, but Coach Cotreau wants to have her on the seat next to him. Mumpini finds King on the inbounds, hands back to Mumpini. Grogan at the top of the key. Pennick drives hard righty into the lane, and that
Great
gets
floater.
a little hook floater to go. First 2 points for Catherine Pennick on the night, and Coach Cotreau wants to take a timeout as Bedford has a 3-point lead after being down by 5. So good little comeback. We see a little bit more celebration in the Bulldogs huddle as a few of the Bedford Bulldog teammates come over and congratulate Isabella King for that 1,000-point milestone.
You know, if you're a Bulldogs fan, why not consider becoming a member of the Bedford Athletic Booster Club? Membership in this club is welcome to all members, all residents of Bedford, and they're looking for new members right now. So if you can help out these students, be the best they can be. Join the BBABC. Just go to bbabc.net and look up, find out things about what they do and how you could help out, including sponsorship opportunities, especially if you're a business, you can help out that way as well.
Look at that. It's like a professional broadcast now. You're doing live reads and everything,
Yeah,
Harry?
we've got spots.
I mean, come on. Get some more sponsorship for this on a nightly basis. And we can really have Bill Jennings invest in some instant replay. So we have Rossi tries to kick to Barrientos. Barrientos on a nice little
move.
step through. Looked like it could have been a walk, but it wasn't.
The Euro step, she got away with that.
And Barrientos has 13 now. Pennick looks for King. King pivots away. Her pass to Mumpini is picked off. Now Carrier finds Barrientos. Back to Carrier. Carrier drives to the left. Gets into the lane, but can't get it to go. Kazajanski comes down with it. Finds Grogan. Grogan kicks to Kazajanski. Fakes the three. Kicks back to Mumpini. That goes through her hands.
Oh, it's going to be an over and a back.
And she can't quite handle that ball as it was dangling along the half-court line. And as you mentioned, they'll get called for an over and back. So now Carrier dribbles right. Now back left. Ooh, not sure I saw that foul. Oh, okay, so we're going to have an offensive foul away from the basket there.
Barrientos.
Yeah, Barrientos picks that one up. I was looking on the on-ball action there, thinking that maybe Pennick might have picked up a foul, but it was away from the ball, and they call Barrientos for her second foul. Mumpini drives right, gets to the foul line, pulls up there, gets the rattle around the rim to fall for her. She now has 5.
Friendly roll there.
Shooter's touch, right, Harry? Nice little delicate touch. Got it to rattle around on the rim as Carrier drives hard with her right. Is able to get it to go, with her left.
And she's got 8 points now.
8 points for her. Grogan's going to take a little bit of a bunny hop right there at the top of the key, and we'll get called for a travel.
Looks like Pepper Omani comes back in, and number 5, Jessica Carrier, will take a seat.
Back and forth affair here in the third quarter. 2:20 left. Bedford holds a 1-point lead, 32-31. Emma Rossi drives right, finds Pepper Omani, who take a little step to her left, jack a three, and doesn't catch anything, but Banks comes away with the offensive rebound. Real hard ball fake by Pepper Omani, but she's going to get called for steps. So Kazajansky inbounds to Grogan on the Memorial turnover. Grogan to Pennick. She'll shoot a three. Hard off the glass. King comes away with the rebound. She'll put it back in. Now has 21 points on a soft baby hook. Pivot back to her strong left hand. 34-31. 1:45 left in the third quarter. Pepper Omani kicks. Finds Tebow hard off the glass. That will not go. Pennick comes away with the board. And they push in transition again. Mumpini thinks about a three. Back to Grogan, now to King. King, step back. Can't get that one. But Mumpini gets the offensive board. Finds Grogan. Kazajansky now. Cutter Grogan. She gets blocked. And unfortunately, that was blocked back into her own arm. And it will be off of Sydney Grogan. There was a block there. I'm not sure if they're going to overturn this and put it back to Bedford as the referees huddle, but no, they're going to stay with their original call. So 34-31, 3-point Bedford lead, 1:16 left. Pepper Omani using the pick from Claire Banks. Find Rossi, drives hard righty. Allen back to Pepper Omani, cut through by Banks. Good defense by Kazajansky, gets her hand in. Stepped in front of the cutter. Came away with the steal, and now to King for three, and that's good to go. It's up and it's good. King with 24 now. 37-31, pushes the lead to 6. Handoff to Rossi, back to Pepper Omani. Gets away to her left. Now they kick it around the outside and find Banks, who drives lefty along the baseline, blocked by Pennick. Pennick, great hustle on that rebound. Mumpini comes away with the loose ball. Now Grogan into the front court. Kazajansky fakes the three, kicks back to Pennick for a mid-range jumper. Can't get that to go, a little strong. But King comes away with that board and dishes it up again. Having a night, Isabella King. Long heave from three-quarters court with a little bit too much time left. Coach Cotreau has his arms up in wonderment.
Yeah, it's like she was trying to get the buzzer beater, but she had about 5 seconds to shoot. And instead, now Bedford's got 2.5 seconds to work with.
Now Isabella King, one half-court shot. That will not go, but Isabella King performing like royalty tonight as she has 26 points. Of the 39 on the Bedford scoreboard, they're going to have an 8-point lead at the end of 3.
Yeah, and the Bulldogs really turned the table scoring-wise. After that flat second quarter, they really lit it up in the third and took back a commanding 8-point lead here as we go into the final quarter.
So 8 minutes left between another victory, between now and another victory. The Bulldogs look to go to 8-2. With another 1 or 2 games probably before playoffs. I don't see the schedule right in front of me here, Harry.
It's Portsmouth. They're going to travel to the Seacoast on the 23rd. That's a 6:30 start. And then on the 25th, it'll be the season finale, the regular season finale against Manchester Central, a team that they lost to last week, but now they're going to have them here on the home court. And we're going to have that game for you on the 25th. So make sure you're tuning in for that on BCTV 1072 and 23, as well as on the radio at Bedford 105.1, where we're going to have hockey for you on Monday. We will be bringing you the makeup game between Londonderry and the Bulldogs over at Tri-Town Arena. And that is going to be a 1 o'clock start on Monday. At matinee, like you said.
So the early rink closure at St. Anselm has thrown some of those hockey schedules in array or disarray. Some alternative arenas have been found, so they will be able to continue the high school seasons.
Yeah, the Bulldogs have been a bit of a nomad team this year, having to play their home games at St. Anselm, at JFK, and Tri-Town.
tough call on a block on Sydney Grogan right along midcourt there. Carrier was driving left-handed. Grogan shuffling her feet, but she'll pick up a push call. Second team foul for the Bulldogs. Kick to Barrientos. She gets into the lane, can't hit the little bunny jumper there. And now Barrientos will pick up a foul, her third on a reach there.
Yeah, it was unfortunate timing for that because number 4, Ryan Moran, had come up with a loose ball, and that's going to cost an offensive possession here for the Crusaders.
King pushes to Safia Mumpini in the deep left corner, kicks to Pennick. Sophia Lugulan is checked in. She posts low, can't get the ball. Mumpini comes back to her left. Mumpini to Pennick, and Coach Gibbs doesn't like how this offensive set is looking, and he'll take a timeout. So 7:21 left, 39 seconds into the fourth quarter. And Coach Gibbs will talk about it. He wants probably a little bit more motion, maybe some picking away from the ball, pass and pick away, some of those principles of basketball against the man-to-man defense, which Memorial has now switched into. They've been varying their defense a little bit from a 2-3 zone to man-to-man. Now we'll see if Coach Cotreau comes out and goes back to the 2-3 with a little bit of gamesmanship.
Yeah, there's still time for the Crusaders to come back in this one. They've done it before in that second quarter. It's been a very entertaining contest so far, back and forth affair with Bedford on top by 8 right now.
So Safia Mumpini will inbounds. She is accompanied by Kazajanski, Pennick, King, and Lagulan. She finds King on the inbounds. Crusaders have Moran, Rossi, Carrier, Barrientos, and McCoy. And they remain in their man-to-man defense. Kazajanski kicks to Pennick at the top of the key. Now over to King. King finds Pennick deep in the right corner. Dribbles lefty. Out to Kazajanski. Mumpini back to the top of the key. Pennick's open for 3, and she'll shoot. Can't get it to go. A little strong. Barrientos with the rebound. And now Carrier dribbles to her right. Now back to her left on a crossover. Finds Barrientos along the baseline, who will make an easy little layup. 15 points for Barrientos.
Leading the way for the Crusaders.
Nice scoring punch for the Crusaders. Now Lagulan will pull an open shot. Can't get that to go. Pennick on the rebound. And she'll get fouled on the putback. Nice backside rebound. Boxed out. Got some good position. And Barrientos will pick up her 4th foul. It says 3 on the board, but I have 4 now. It goes to 4. So that's her 4th foul.
Now she's somebody that they need on the court.
She sure is.
With all the points she's getting.
As you mentioned, she's the scoring punch that they have needed. Pennick a bit strong on the foul shot, but it still goes in as it rattles around on the back of the rim. So 42-33. The Bedford lead is now 9. Carrier gets to the lane, but she's fouled before she goes up. Ava Dubois will pick up that foul.
Only the 3rd team foul on the Bulldogs, still a ways away from the bonus. Fairly foul-free affair tonight.
I would agree. The Bulldogs are still in their man-to-man defense. Some cuts through the lane by the Memorial Crusaders. Rossi kicks to Banks. Banks to McCoy. Now back to Banks. Banks finds Moran. Goes up for her lefty lay-in, but she'll get fouled. Looks like Lagulan's going to pick that one up. And Moran goes for 2 at the line. Sorry, that was Pennick that picked up that foul. Moran misses the front end. But she gets the second, so her first point of the night. 42-34 now, an 8-point lead for the Bulldogs. King finds Lagulan. She gets double teamed in the corner. Her pass to Lana McCarthy. And then back to King, who pulls up from top of the key, and she'll score from there every time she sees daylight. She has 28 now.
Yeah, I think the Memorial defender got a little piece of that ball too. So good stroke, good power there on the shot.
Now Coach Cotreau is going to take a timeout as Bedford has extended their lead to 10 points, 44-34. 5:29 left in the game, as they're starting to see a little bit of separation here from the Crusaders. Coach Cotreau doesn't want to get it too far away from them, see if he can stem the tide of scoring.
Yeah, this is about the time they need to turn it on. Try to get back into this game. 10-point deficit with 5:29 to play.
So we'll watch the foul situation too. 4 team fouls per team. Both Crusaders and the Bulldogs
So some
are
fouls to give still.
a couple away from the bonus.
Except for Barrientos, of course, who's got 4 points or 4 fouls, and she's been on the bench for the last minute or two, and she's still going to stay on the bench with those fouls. We'll see when she gets back in.
Only foul trouble on the Bedford side is Grogan with 3, and she could re-enter shortly. Ava Dubois now in her place and checking Jessica Carrier. Carrier gets to her left, and she'll pick up a little bit of a bump on Ava Dubois. That looked like a ticky-tack call to me.
Yeah, it really wasn't that much contact.
The referee says it was an arm bar. Maybe a little separation, but again, that's a very, very soft call. So Rossi will inbound, gets it back to Carrier. Ava Dubois moves her feet, tries not to get that same soft call. Kicks to Banks, who drives along the baseline, tries to kick it out, but no one is home. And that'll be a turnover. The Bulldogs will inbound near half court. Isabella King comes in, finds Lagulan, into Lana McCarthy. That gets tipped away by Claire Banks. Nice hand in on the entry pass. And the Crusaders are back in their 2-3. Lana McCarthy catches it right in the middle. Pennick now to King. Pennick to Dubois. Lagulan over to Dubois. She finds herself open, shoots it. Why not? Does not draw anything, and Banks comes away with the rebound. And point guard Carrier, Jessica Carrier, who's done a nice job running the offense for the Crusaders this evening, finds Claire Banks over to Pepper Omani. Omani will shoot. Pepper Omani will shoot. Can't get the 3 to go. Lagulan's going to get called for steps along the far side there.
And Sophia Lagulan, Sophia Mumpini will be coming into the game.
Mumpini comes in for Dubois. Lagulan stays in. Now Carrier into Pepper Omani. Over to Banks. Banks, a little give and go. She gets it back and finishes a pretty play.
4 points for Claire Banks.
Moran found her cutting quickly on that most basic of all basketball plays and many sports plays, the give and go. Lana McCarthy finds King. Over to Mumpini. Now King has some room. Can't get it to go. Lana McCarthy, a little out of control on the putback. Gets her own rebound. Now Lagulan will find the jumper. Can't get it to go. McCarthy on an offensive rebound. Can't get that to go. And it'll be tipped out of bounds by King. They're killing him on the offensive boards, but just weren't getting those putbacks to fall.
Yeah, I think sometimes you get a little excited under the board and try to put it up too quickly. When you've got some time, just kind of set your feet and think about what you're doing.
Sure, now Kazajansky comes back in for Sophia Lagulan. Carrier drives hard left, kicks to Rossi in the corner, can't get the 3 to go. Good block out by Isabella King, and now finds Kazajansky on the break. They have a 3-on-2. Pennick finishes with her left hand. Pennick now with 7. weren't quite sure if that was going to get going there, as the Bulldogs had a 3-on-2, but they found the open player as Memorial makes a turnover on a cross-court pass. 46-36, 3:11 to go. The Bulldogs hold a 10-point lead over the Memorial Crusaders.
And Barrientos is still on the bench for the Crusaders.
Yeah, that's been a key difference there, Harry. Good observation. Now Pennick pulls from deep above the top of the key. Mumpini now, open jumper, can't get that to go. King finds the rebound. Over to Kazajansky, drives right-handed, and she'll get called for an offensive foul. So give her credit for driving hard, but Claire Banks stood in and drew that offensive foul. And she'll go to the sideline as she seems to be limping a little bit. McCoy will check in for Banks. Still a 10-point lead here, 2:45 left in the game. Hand in by Mumpini, blocks that pass from Rossi, who was looking for McCoy along the right side, deep in the corner. It will be out of bounds. Memorial will inbound. Into Tebow. Back to Pepra Omani. She drives left, picks up a pick. Sees a little daylight, fakes the three, now kicks to Tebow. Tebow, strong right-hand move.
Yeah.
A lot of contact there. Does not get a call, but does get the basket. Tough move there by Tebow. Now King fakes, kicks to Pennick. Now Mumpini, cutter through the lane, Kazajansky. Back to her left hand. Now Pennick with an open shot. Can't get that to go, but McCarthy gets the rebound. And she unfortunately passes it back out of reach from Safia Mumpini, and that will be an over the back.
Yeah, she put it right into her feet. Couldn't make the play on it.
Might want to see Lana McCarthy take a strong power dribble there, gather herself, and go right back up.
And now we finally have Elizabeth Barrientos in the game for Memorial with just 2 minutes left. She's playing with 4 fouls here, but she's also their leading scorer.
An 8-point lead to overcome in the last 2 minutes here. Pepper Omani as Penix jumps out. Barrientos pass picked off by King along the baseline. Now they're out on the break with numbers. Pass to Kazajansky. She can't come down with it. And we'll go back to the Crusaders. 1:44 left in the fourth quarter. 8-point lead, 46-38. Carrier dribbles up. King playing defense on her. Now they switch. Now Pennick has it. And Rossi can't get the three-pointer to go. Wow. A Gumby rebound by Isabella King as she reached back over her head. Now finds Lana McCarthy down low, and she'll put it down for her 4th point. And Coach Cottrell wants another timeout. 10-point lead, 1:21 left. Great court vision there by Isabella King to find McCarthy. Excellent position right in the lane on that break. She makes a pivot to her left hand and puts it away.
Yeah, the Bulldogs are playing well. They're cruising along here and within sight of their 8th win of the season, which would tie them for wins with Bishop Girton. Bishop Girton is 8-0 right now, and right in the thick of the top teams in the division. And once they go into tournament pod play, they will be playing in a 14 pod with a with their regional partners, and you can imagine who those teams might be. It might be Goffstown, might be BG, might be Nashua. So that should be beginning the first week of March, NHIAA tournament action in this most unusual sports season.
Yeah, tournament pod play. I don't think I've ever heard that terminology before. A lot of firsts this year, Harry. A lot of firsts.
Sure is.
So Rossi inbounds to Carrier, and she'll bring it up. Barrientos, who has provided the scoring punch for Memorial, kicks to Rossi. Three-pointer is too strong. Pennick comes away with the defensive rebound. Now to Mumpini. Mumpini to McCarthy.
Bulldogs really
Dribbles
don't have to
left.
shoot here.
They do not. But we're going to have either timeout or injury timeout.
Yeah, I think Isabella King got hit in the face.
Yeah, she ran into her own player. Looks like it's a bloody nose. She did run into her own player on, it looked like a defensive rebound or that last possession, defensive possession. She and one of her teammates ran into each other. I couldn't quite see who it was. But Bedford will keep possession on this injury timeout. Likely will be fine. She does not seem to be struggling too much over on the sideline, just with a bloody nose. 55 seconds left. The Bulldogs are going to take the air out of it. Kazajansky now to Pennick. Pennick back to Grogan.
Bedford also has the possession arrow going for them.
Grogan's going to get called for the travel, though, with 40 seconds left. 10-point lead. Not impossible, but will be tough. Pepra Omani. They're going to need at least 2 or 3 threes here, especially if they go at this rate. Carrier gets to her left. Looks back to Barrientos, but Lana McCarthy intercepts that pass. And now Sydney Grogan is going to be instructed to hold it, and she'll take a foul. Only the 15 foul, so 2 more to give.
At this point, though, 17 and a half seconds, you might as well just let them play it out.
17 and a half left. Isabella King goes back to the locker room to brush up her bloody nose. And the Bulldogs inbound to Grogan. Pennick, top of the key, back to Mumpini. The Crusaders don't look, well, I was going to say they do not look like they're going to foul, but then they fouled. So that is the 6th team foul. 7.9 left. But Emma Kazajansky is going to get called for an off-ball foul. Unusual call, probably on a pick, maybe a moving screen. And now it looks like Coach Cotreau is going to take a timeout for the Crusaders. 10 points in 7.9 seconds is going to be a little bit of a struggle.
Yeah, I was going to say they're going to drop a 10-point play here.
They may have one in their bag of tricks. I have not seen one. But there was an infamous Reggie Miller sequence where he scored 8 points in a matter of, I think it was like 8 seconds or something crazy like that. I don't think we're going to see that tonight.
No.
But you never know. And even those 8 points in 8 seconds will still leave them too short. So 10-point lead, 48-38. The Bulldogs likely to take home their 8th win of the season. And a special night for Isabella King, as she had 28 points on the evening. And of course, that 1,000-point threshold met in the 3rd quarter. So let's see what Coach Cotreau had lined up. Inbound play. Pepper Omani will take a 3, and she'll hit it. 7 points on the evening for Pepper Omani. So that brings it to a 7-point lead with 2.2 seconds left. Coach Gibbs will gather his team.
And basketball action coming up next week. It'll be the boys taking on Portsmouth here on the court at BHS. A 7 o'clock tip-off on the 23rd. And then on Friday, it'll be Portsmouth here with the girls.
So following the same pattern of the rest of the season, home and home with the boys and girls.
Yeah, the 26th will be the girls' game. 1 week from tonight, that'll be a 6:30 start. And then it'll be on to the playoffs.
We appreciate everybody tuning in this evening, wherever you are and whatever media you've tuned in, whether it's BCTV, WBNH, Facebook, YouTubes, Twitters, I don't know, everything.
Then, of course, the hockey game on Monday. That'll be our final broadcast of the regular season as the Bulldogs finish up in Hanover on the road.
So full court pressure here by Memorial. We see a couple of folks cutting along. They find Sydney Grogan, and she'll run out the clock. So it was a very useful timeout there with 2.2 seconds left. Grogan runs it out, and the Bulldogs will take home a 7-point victory, 48-41. Great job by the Bulldogs this evening. Again, Isabella King achieving that 1,000-point threshold. Congratulations to her. She had 28 points tonight. Other scorers on the Bedford side, Catherine Pennick had 7, Safia Mumpini with 5, Lana McCarthy with 4, Sydney Swazo with 2, Emma Kazajanski with 2. Harry on the Crusaders side.
I'm just adding those numbers up right now. I've got Ryan Moran with 1, Jessica Carrier with 8 points, Chloe Allen with 1, Elizabeth Barrientos, their leading scorer. She had 15 tonight. Claire Banks with 4, Paige Tebow with 5, Madison Pepper Omani with 7 points, and that is about it. And that's going to do it from here. Like I said, we're going to be bringing you hockey on Monday. We'll have the boys here for Portsmouth on Tuesday night at 7. And then a week from tonight, 6:30 here, it'll be Portsmouth girls against Bedford girls. And that will do it for the regular season broadcast. We'll have playoff action for you as well once March begins. So for Corey Munster Tiger and myself, Harry Kozlowski, George Cox on camera, Bill Jennings on graphics, so long, everybody.